at Carle Health and Fitness Center, and today we are getting a workout in our winter workout series. I am very appreciative of my sidekick over here.
Dani.
Dani, hello, Dani. Thank you for the help. Hopefully everyone is having a happy new year, and you're all in your New Year's resolutions and new habits are starting off well. Today we are going to do a pretty simple body weight, band, and a little bit of dumbbell workout. So for the workout you will need a dumbbell. You will hopefully have something in your home that you can connect a band to. So if you've got like a banister or anything that you can anchor your band to, make sure you anchor it well. We would hate for you to have that come back at you. Safety first, people. So we're going to get to it. There's about 8 movements or so in this workout. We're going to go through each of them with you today, about 10 to 15 reps based off what you're looking for. We encourage you to do multiple rounds of this. You could do 2 to 3, or you could simply do 1. If you would like to do multiple, you can just restart the video and watch us do this all over again. So a warm-up is a vitally important aspect to your exercise routine to ensure safety and to ensure that your body temperature increases. Our coach Linnea has a great warm-up video on one of the previous series in her workout, so we encourage you to check that out. A simple warm-up, you can just, I would walk around the room for a couple minutes. You can increase, drive those knees up to the ceiling. You can do some arm circles. You can come back across. Whatever you like to do, just try to increase the core temperature of your body and mobilize a lot of the joints. Walking's great. Also Linnea's video. Shout out to Linnea. Now, we are going to go ahead and get started. We're going to show you some modifications to this exercise routine. So kind of watch, each of us will each be doing some modifications to make the exercise easier and to make it more difficult. Are you ready, Dani?
Let's go.
Let's do it. So the first exercise we have is a squat to press. So the squat to press is a full body movement. I'm going to use a chair and we're going to bring the dumbbells to the top of our shoulders. So what we're going to do is I'm going to sit down in the box. I'm going to give that box just a light touch, and then I'm going to come up all the way over my head. I'm going to want to try to get my bicep to my ears, right? See how my hands are all the way over my head? That is going to be preferred. So you go nice and slow with this movement, or you can move it at a faster pace, like I'm sure Dani's moving faster than I am. We're going to do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. That exercise will get the heart rate elevated for us. Next, we have a banded row. Banded row movement. So, take any type of band that you have, and we are going to step away from the band. The further that you pull tension in the band, obviously the more difficult it's going to be. So with this exercise, we want to make sure that we have an athletic stance. I don't want to be standing straight up. I want to have a slight knee bend. And then I'm just going to start pulling. Okay? So whenever I pull, I want about a 90-degree angle between my upper and lower arm. We don't want to pull too far behind our body, and we don't want excessive motion through our spine. We want to stay nice and still through our spine. Dani can show you how to make this more difficult. You can do an alternating row back and forth. That's going to challenge the rotation aspects of your body. 5 more, Dani. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Again, on that one, just keep the spine really still. We don't want excessive motion through the spine. Next one, we're going to do the opposite of what we just did. So we're going to do a press. So with the press, we get in between the band, and we kind of want to have that band equally distributed between my arms. So the further I walk away from the mirror, the more difficult it's going to be. I encourage a staggered stance with this, so that's just a split stance with one foot in front of the other, and then you can kind of bend those knees slightly. So from here, I'm going to press out, and I want those my handles to meet at the top, okay? We also want our hands to come right back to our armpits. You don't want them to come up by your face, and you don't want them to come down by your belt. And I also have this band on the outside of my arms. So this exercise is working my shoulders, my chest, and my triceps. We're going to do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. So for that movement, we probably prefer a band that's a little bit tighter. You don't want to get something that you can't fully straighten your arm. You want to fully straighten your arm with that movement. Good job, Dani. Way to go. Breathing, breathing. Okay, the next exercise is a lower body exercise. So this exercise is for your glutes and your hamstrings. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my dumbbells from here. So this exercise is called a dumbbell Romanian deadlift, okay? So this is one of my favorite movements for the lower body, but it can kind of be a little bit difficult. So we're gonna walk you through it. So we want to have our knees bent, okay? We don't want to have our legs straight out. So from here, what I'm gonna encourage you to do is push your rear end backwards so it's looking something like that. So a strong, flat back, and then I come up and I squeeze my glutes at the top. Again, push my butt back, and then stand up tall. So some common mistakes are people use their knees like a squat. We don't want to do that. I say we want the shins vertical, right up and down.
And Adam, how far should I go down?
Yes, so that's a good question, Dani. Typically, we just want to go a little bit below the knees, right here. We don't need to go all the way to the floor like that, because you see now my back is probably a little bit curved. We want to keep our back flat. Over time, you should be able to use a little bit more range of motion, but if you can get those dumbbells below your kneecaps, you should feel a little tug on the back of your leg. That is a good thing. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. So that one is a rather difficult or a technical movement, but it's a great one to strengthen the back, the hamstrings, and your rear end. Next, we're going to do an exercise we call march. I'm going to do it with 1, Dani, if you'll do it with 2. So what we'll do is I'm going to march with the opposite side. So I have the weight in the right hand, and I have a march with the left. Dani's just going to march back and forth, and I'm going to focus on staying even with my shoulders and really engaging my abdomen, okay? We don't want a whole lot of weight shift there. I'm going to go ahead and switch. So when we do this, we want to try to get a 90-degree angle here, right there. And we want that toe to come to the ceiling. You don't want to look like that. You want to look like this, okay? This exercise seems really simple, but it goes a long way in improving the condition of our hip flexors, right here on the front side of our hip, our balance. Dani, good job not falling over. And then our core stability as well. 3, 2, we're going to hold the last one just for fun. Good times, good job. So I did a single arm march, so the opposite side. Dani did both, okay? So marching in place is underrated. It's a great exercise. Okay, the next exercise is a split squat. So I'm going to do something where I use the chair for support. Dani, you get no support, okay? So the split squat is a great exercise for your rear end and your quadriceps, okay? So we want to get into, you can see me from here, in a position like this, okay? And then I want to lower myself to the ground to where I get a 90-degree angle here and a 90-degree angle on the back, okay? So we're working the front leg. From here, I stand up, I come back down. I'm using the chair for support and even some to help me drive up if I don't have the strength to do that. You can also do half ranges of motion. If you're like, well, my knee starts hurting when I get to the bottom, don't go all the way to the bottom, okay? Now, some common mistakes we see here is too short of a stance. Dani, let's show what that looks like. So if you're here, it's going to have a hard time keeping your foot down. Okay, so if you see yourself doing something like this, lengthen your strides, okay? So that we can do this here to here. Good, let's switch sides. Dani, that one you will feel. This exercise is not easy, but you get a good bang for your buck because it is a fantastic movement for your glutes and for your quads. Two more, Dani. I'm breathing heavy. Beautiful. That exercise is finished. Okay, we're gonna work on the core next. I'm gonna get this chair out of the way. Okay, so we're gonna do some rotations, some banded rotations. Rotation is an important part of our daily activity lives. So I like to grab each handle. So what we do from here is turn with them. So what we want to do is we think that the rotation comes through the hips, right? So you'll see that me and Dani aren't just doing this. We are rotating through our hips, our upper back, and even you'll see how our faces follow the rotation. We don't want to leave the face behind.
And one tip, in case your band is too thick, you can pass one handle through.
Oh, wow.
So you have A single
Look at
handle should give you less tension.
Look at the tips from Dani. Good job. Okay, so again, big rotation. Think rotate through the hips. I know we got a lot of members that are golfers. This is a great movement for you to improve that rotational abilities. And you just want to make sure that we're getting love to the both with each side. Again, rotating through the hips, the knees, the upper back, all of it. And Dani, let's do one more. Beautiful. Okay, last one. Now that we rotated, now we're going to resist rotation. So Dani, we're going to do some holds. Okay?
All right.
So from here, again, you can use that tip that Dani showed you. Dani showed that side one more time. That was pretty cool.
Pass through.
Pass through. Beautiful. Good work. Okay, so now we're resisting rotation. So we're going to take our handles and we're going to bring it to the belly button. Dani's getting further away to make it a little more difficult. I don't want to do that. So what we do here is we take the handle of the band and we bring it to our belly button. What we're going to do from here is just press this away. So here the tension wants to take that band back home. No bueno, we don't want to do that. So we want the band here at the belly button, press, and we're going to hold. Dani, count to 5.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Good, then we're going to bring it back to our belly button, okay? We're going to do that 3 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count faster than Dani. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We have different watches.
Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do it the other way. So the body's core is an important job to rotate and to also resist rotation. So this is good for the abdomen. It's good for the spine. Dani, come back. We'll do 2 more repetitions to the belly button. Big press, hold. Don't let that band go back to closer to the mirror. Resist that rotation. And you'll see that I kind of have a pretty wide base. I'm not standing here with my feet next to each other because that band is going to eat me alive. We want a wide athletic stance. One more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Okay, those are all the movements that we have for you in today's workout. So to summarize, we had a squat to press, we had a band row, band press, dumbbell, Romanian deadlift, marches, split squat, and a rotation and anti-rotation. So that's a full body workout that's going to target most, if not all, muscles in your body. It's been a pleasure talking to you and coaching you today, folks. I encourage you to just hit replay and do that again for another 2 to 3 rounds if you like, about 10 to 15 repetitions per exercise or 30 seconds. All you need is a band and a light dumbbell. Hope you guys have a wonderful 2023. We will see you around.
See ya. Thank you for joining us.
Peace.